Dr. Reese Live. I am your host, Uncle Joe, and I am joined by Coach Levi, Coach Sean, and of course, the one, the only head to toe healer in the world, the inimitable Dr. Kevin W. Reese. How are you, Dr. Reese?
Hey, Uncle Joe, everything's good, just filling up the room for the seminar for May 4th. So,
Oh, may the 4th be with us. And tell us a little bit about that. We have a seminar coming up on
yeah,
May the 4th
and it's
in
pretty cool.
Farmington.
It's pretty cool to see not one ticket sold from Connecticut yet.
Really? Well, we're going to have to
All
do something about that.
all out of state. People flying in. It's pretty cool.
Driving.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you kind of want that. I'm sure we'll get our Connecticut people, but and you know how they are. They're last minute. They'll sign up on May the 3rd. But but still, I think it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great seminar and then a great after party. We're going to, mingle and mix, and Dr. Reese will sign books and talk to you. It's going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's May the 4th. That's in Farmington. And you can find out all about that on the website. So that's very, very good. Okay. So this week on Rumble, Dr. Reese, you, of course, are stirring up the pot again. And this week you were talking about the 4 reasons why birth defects happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I was a bit since I watched the video, but the one that struck me the most when it reminds me of a saying I used to hear: two sicks don't make a well. So,
I've never heard that one.
yeah, right. Two sicks don't make a well.
Yeah, you're showing your
Um,
age, I think.
no, it was anybody who knows where you heard it. Um, but that's what it comes down to, really, pretty much. Birth defects, the medical monopoly likes to say genetic, 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 right?
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, if the mother is not healthy or the father, they don't have the proper nutrition or they may have a condition, it is possible to pass that bad nutrition onto a baby because the
Mm.
baby, when a baby's in the mother's womb, the mother needs even more nutrition and than usual, correct?
Right. Right.
That's why they do
Absolutely.
the prenatal vitamins, and they
Yeah.
always, how mothers get the cravings. They got to eat more, more, more.
Yep.
So they need more nutrition. If you have a mother there who's eating McDonald's and eating pizza and not taking nutrients and drinking diet soda, they wonder why the baby is born with a birth defect.
Right.
Yeah. So the other 4 reasons, what was the other 4? Mother possibly smoking, correct? Smoking or doing any of those bad habits
Yep.
during pregnancy. What were the other 2?
The pelvis position is huge.
The pelvic. Oh, yes, postural.
Hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking that this video, and people should go over to Rumble right now, like, subscribe, and share. We are streaming over there, and we'd love it if you'd watch us on Rumble so we can get our viewership up over there. Rumble is the future. But
Rumble is the
people,
future.
yeah, people who have children with birth defects are probably going to be pretty upset about this because you're really putting the blame on them. Whereas the doctors like to put the blame on genetics. Oh, no, it's not your fault. Keep eating the bad food.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a whole chapter in Reverse the Cause as well on this topic, and it's a controversial topic, but it needs to be talked about.
Yeah, it does. And Dr. Reese, I think I, for one, appreciate the fact that you are willing to take on these controversial topics. You do not see too many people out there talking about the stuff that you talk about and the solutions that you offer. So I really encourage people to go over to Rumble and subscribe. Check out all the videos Dr. Reese has put out. He puts a new one out every Thursday. and it's always very, very informative. I learned so much from those videos. So thank you, Dr. Reese, and thank
And
you.
and
Yes.
we're gonna start doing health news over there, following the trends of what's going on out there, and we're just gonna start putting out a lot of material on Rumble. So go subscribe to my Rumble channel because that's where things are ending up. That's where things are going. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they
I
just
mean,
signed a huge deal with Barstool Sports. They
yeah.
signed a huge deal with my old colleague DJ Academic. I mean, they're signing deal. Their things are going to Rumble.
Maybe
So
Dr. Reese will be signing a deal.
go to Rumble.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, Dr. Reese. It's always great to get involved in new trends and new technology, to be a pioneer and a trendsetter, which you always
Plus,
have been.
plus, you can download Rumble on your smart TV.
Yes, I have it. Yeah, it's
So
right on my Roku.
you're not confined to your little iPhone or your little tablet. You can watch it on
Hmm.
the big screen.
Yeah.
And there's some people, not all, but there's some people that would rather see me on a big screen. There's some people that would rather see me not at all. But
Yes.
I'm here for
Yes.
both of them.
Yes. And we encourage people to like, share, and subscribe to all our social media outlets, regardless of who they are. But Rumble is one. And Rumble also has just bought Locals. And in honor of that, you have also started a new Locals group, and it is a mindfulness group. So anybody who wants to learn how to meditate or, learn mindfulness should go to the group, and you get to hear the lovely lilting sounds of Dr. Reese's voice
There you
to
go.
meditate, and it'll put you in a nice state of mind. All right.
Before we get into anything, we are having difficulties of people getting into the Zoom room.
Why is that?
It just says they're just put in the waiting room, but I'm not seeing an invitation for them to come in.
Yes, you're right. There has been nobody coming in. The waiting room is not showing, and I wonder why. They might be clicking on the no, there's only one link in there. Hmm. I do not know. I can look at Zoom and see what's going on, but all right, where is everybody from?
You may want to just make Levi host so he can work on that while you
Good
do it.
idea. Okay, so let's get everybody into the chat room and see where everybody's from. I shall do that. LaShawn, who do you got?
So far, people are saying Massachusetts, Connecticut. We got some people from Connecticut here. Um,
Connecticut, buy some tickets. Come to the event.
Texas, Massachusetts again, Marblehead, Massachusetts, Portugal, Australia. Australia is always in the house. Florida, California, Netherlands, Denver, California, all over.
Wow,
New
we got good
Jersey.
listenership tonight.
Yeah.
San
How about
Diego.
you, Levi? What do you got over there?
Just skip over me. I'm gonna try to fix this Zoom problem.
But we
Okay, I
still got
just
I want to do a special shout out to Ron Trish. They came to the party and this has been a long supporter of ours. So just a little shout out to her and her husband
Yeah.
okay.
from New Jersey.
ALS, I would love to turn that around.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be nice. Coach Levi, could you make me co-host so I can have access to the chat as well?
Sunny
Um,
SoCal.
all right. Very, very good. And obviously I have no co-host. I have nobody here in the chat room. So we might as well get into it while Levi's working on that. Coach Sean, do you have questions?
Yes. So someone was asking, will the Reese reversal program help one to lose weight?
Hmm. More than likely, but it's not a weight loss program. But yeah, I mean, of course, people lose weight all the time on the program if they need to lose weight. The body just kind of adjusts and does what it needs to do. So in that way, yes. But I I would hope that someone doesn't pay all that money just to lose 20 pounds, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we've heard from the clients that they have lost weight as a side benefit.
Yeah.
You know, they don't come in looking to lose weight. It's not a weight loss program at all.
No, not
That's
at
just a
all.
side benefit that comes along with proper nutrition and quitting the poor for foods. I mean, I'd have to think just not eating fried foods or processed foods would help you lose weight.
Yeah, and real quick, Levi, perhaps we just need to send the link out on the newsletter.
I sent it out, but it was a new link, so I'm gonna send it out again.
Okay.
And it's gonna go out right now.
Okay. Well, there you go,
Okay.
folks. Hang in there. You're going to be able to log into the Zoom room any moment now. And this is a great time to just tell everyone, if you're not on the newsletter, you don't get the link. So
Yes. And
get on the newsletter so that you have access to the Zoom room so I can look you in your eye. That'd be cool.
yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of the night is actually talking to my friends in the Zoom room. I feel like that's my own audience and I miss them. But hopefully, here we go. Blondie's coming. All right, they got it. Very, very good. Okay, Coach Levi, back in the game again. Give me a question.
All right. So someone's asking, Golden Girl's asking, what
Golden Girl,
causes what
thank
causes
you
a
for
high
being a
oh my
friend.
gosh.
Who was your favorite Golden
Travel the
Girl?
world and back again. Dun, dun, dun. You're a friend and a confidant. Dun, dun, dun.
My favorite was
I love sitcoms. I really do.
I do too. I do, especially the old ones.
Golden
Anyway,
Girls
what's
was excellent. It was so original, really, when you think about it.
Oh, if you go back to my era, All in the Family, and those kind of Sanford and Son, those were raunchy.
Jeffersons.
They would
Mhm.
never go over today. They would
No,
never, no, they would
no.
never go over today.
Dude,
But
even Desperate Housewives wouldn't go over today.
yeah, it's amazing how the culture has changed.
Yeah.
So that certain things you
Forget about
can't.
health. Let's just talk about sitcoms.
Well, let's talk about sitcoms and how they make us unhealthy. No, eat bad food on TV. Levi, what was the question? I'm sorry.
So Golden Girl is asking, what causes high potassium?
Well, when you have a high something or a low something, it can definitely be a ratio issue. And potassium is one of those nutrients that needs to be balanced out. And so it's a little complicated to talk about in such a short time, but it's a nutritional issue. You got to get off the poor four foods. You got to get on the 90 essential nutrients. You got to take it very serious. And, if your potassium is out of whack, other things are too. The medical monopoly does not test your nutritional profile.
No, they do what is that called? The CBC? They
They
just do a panel. That's
they
it.
check like 4 nutrients.
Yeah. They do. Yeah, the CBC panel seems to be their most popular one. But you know what? The best way to find out about your nutritional deficiencies and your too much, whatever that's called, is to get a discovery analysis. And that's something that we offer here at the Peace Over Pain Clinic. Dr. Reese gives you a personal discovery analysis of your posture and your nutrition. It's very easy, very quick to do, probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes at the most. No touching. It's all done virtual. You just take a few pictures, answer a few questions about your health and about your eating habits and everything. And Dr. Reese gets back to you with a full diagnostic, whatever you want to call it, of your chronic conditions, and then we can go from there. But as far as I'm concerned, it's probably the best way to really get a good gauge of where you stand in right now, like, and literally, because when you take that picture of your posture, and I've said this many times, it's always an aha moment. Am I right, Dr. Reese?
Yeah, we're giving people aha moments. It's definitely needed. And I feel that in the next 20 years or so, it'll be kind of standard to get a discovery analysis. People are going to
Yeah.
start moving away from the blood labs and from the x-rays and all this, and people will just get this analysis. So yeah, check it out. And we'll give you $200 off if you order it before midnight. So
Right. Tonight, you can do that by emailing
email us.
peaceoverpainclinic at Gmail there, or you can put Discover in the comments and we'll get you DM right away. So I have Blondie has a question, and if Blondie is willing to come on, we can answer it. Blondie, are you willing to come on?
Yes.
Okay, Blondie, go for it. How are you today? Thank you for
I'm-
joining us. Say
I'm
hello to
great.
Dr. Reese.
I'm great. Hi, Dr. Reese. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Just a question regarding dairy. Not something that I really grew up a lot with, but just having a lot of cravings for dairy recently in the last, I'll say, year. Just wondering if that's an indicator of things might be out of whack.
No, I don't think so. I think your body's just craving protein.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Okay.
there's a lot of nutrition in dairy, as
Mhm.
long as you're not getting it, as long as you're getting it natural without the antibiotics and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just craving nutrition.
Okay.
Unless it's ice cream, Blondie. Is it ice cream that you're craving? That might be a different one. That might be a different craving.
That's more sugar related, but
That's what I was
yeah.
gonna say.
There's always that, right? The demons that you fight. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? That
Yeah.
you need the
Eat
nutrition. Your
eat a
your
stick of
body
butter.
will. Yeah, your body will tell you what it needs. If you start craving salt, that means you're looking for salt in your body.
Yeah.
And Dr. Reese talks about that in his book, and
Yeah.
something called pica, where people will chew on wood and lead just
Oh,
because they need that nutrition. Their body tells them that that's what they need, and
okay.
it's in
I've
a
been reading,
constant.
but I haven't gotten to that part yet, I guess. Okay.
All right.
And
All right.
Blondie,
Thank
we'll
you.
see you on May 4th, right?
You got it. See you then.
Oh, great!
My,
Looking
my
forward.
girlfriend from New Jersey's coming too. One of my
Okay.
girl-
Great.
Yeah. She got
Cool.
her ticket already.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Right.
Remember the app, you can find out all about that, and you can meet Blondie in person
Yep.
on the website, peaceoverpain.com, and you can register there.
Awesome.
Very, very good. Thank you, Blondie. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on. Much
Okay. Thank you.
appreciated.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Coach Sean, you're up.
Yeah, so someone is saying, I need help to lower inflammation in the body. My nose is suffering the worst with inflammation and lower back as well. What helps naturally?
Well, we don't want to know what helps yet. We got to find out what's wrong. And to do that, you got to do a discovery. You're talking about your back. So I need to see the position. What's the position of your lumbar? What's the position of your thoracic? What's the position of your cervical? What's going on? Is your neck falling out onto your chest? Do you have a hump? Do you have a posterior pelvic tilt? Do you have an interior pelvic tilt?
So there's a lot.
Solutions aren't warranted until we know the root causes.
Again, and there we go back to the discovery analysis again. So that's the best way to find out is through the discovery.
Yeah, and
And
it, you can get off the poor four foods and go from there too, because some people have incredible results just by getting off the poor four foods. So,
yes, yes, that's
read
how
the
you start. That's the base.
read the
That's like,
books, read the books, come to my seminar if you'd like, and get a discovery and just do all the basic stuff.
yeah, just get started and step by step by step. If you follow things through,
Hmm.
you will eventually heal from head to toe. So that's what we're all about. Coach Levi, how are you there?
Good, good. Someone's asking, what do you think is the cause of a child with a heart defect?
Meaning like right when they're born? Well, that's going to be nutritional and or pelvic position. And that's described in my video on Rumble
Yes.
and in a chapter in Reverse the Cause.
Right.
So yeah, if there's something wrong with the heart, then there was something wrong with mom and dad.
Yeah, there wasn't, yeah, the baby's body did not form properly because it didn't have what it needed to form properly. Okay. All right.
And by the
Uh,
way, it happens in the animal kingdom all the time. All the time.
wow. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
And
sense. A lot of,
you don't want to know what they do in the wild.
yeah, they eat them, don't they? But all right. Coach Levi, go for it.
So someone's asking, what causes hair loss? And they mean like excessive hair loss.
Well, you can borrow mine.
That's one option.
I want to know that answer too.
Hair loss is a funny thing. I mean, if we're talking alopecia, then we're talking a gut issue.
Mm,
If we're talking, you're going bald in your 30s or 40s, we're talking nutritional. If you're going bald in your 20s, then this is what they call male pattern baldness, So there's all these things. And then, of course, there's gray, which is a nutritional deficiency of soft tissue. So I don't have enough information on when this person is going bald, but those are the different kinds of baldness. But
yeah,
I
and
can tell you that I don't think our ancestors were bald.
yeah,
I don't
probably
think so.
not.
I think if we go back just 300 years, there's not that many bald people. So I think it's a generational nutritional problem.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And the rapid hair loss to me sounds like something like alopecia,
Right.
which would, most of the time is a slow process. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, it's the gut.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I did have a quick question from the Zoom from Linda. We were talking about high potassium, and maybe she came in a little. What does it indicate? Is there any indicate? What does high potassium indicate?
It's just a ratio that's off, a nutritional ratio that's off and out of whack.
Does it cause anything? Does it, in other words, I think what she's trying to say is there any effects from having high potassium?
Yeah, yeah,
And she's nodding her head, yes.
you can have all sorts of things, tingling, things like this.
Right. And if it's a nutritional thing, what would just be the best way? Would probably get your nutrition in balance.
Yeah.
Get
Yep.
on the 90 essential nutrients so you're getting the exact right amount that you need
Yep.
every day because you're eating something too much potassium in. Maybe a lot of bananas, I don't know. But
Right.
yeah. Okay. Very, very good. Linda, I hope that answered your question. All right. Let's go to Coach Sean.
Yeah. So someone is asking, is it true when you have your gallbladder removed, your body can no longer absorb certain important vitamins? And if so, what can you take to supplement?
The absorption part isn't necessarily affected. The absorption happens in the small intestine, but the gallbladder being messed up or removed is a huge disadvantage because you're gonna have too much bile,
Mhm,
and that's going to cause all sorts of problems.
mhm,
I mean, you could even get GERD and be coughing up green stuff, you know? So the gallbladder is a mechanism to regulate bile,
mhm,
right? So as far as what to do, I mean, you got to get healthy from head to toe. If you want to do something simple, you just get on ox bile enzymes, and we have those on peaceoverpain.com.
Okay. And as somebody who has had their gallbladder removed, I can attest to this. And most of the time you won't see the problems for a few years. In my personal case, they found that iron was something
Yep.
that I had difficulty absorbing. And
Yep.
yes, I do have to take the enzymes and probiotics and things because now my gut doesn't regulate itself. I have to regulate it with
Right.
with additional things that normal
Right.
people probably wouldn't take.
Right. And it all comes back to not having enough stomach acid.
Mhm.
It all comes back to soft tissue deficiencies, and it all comes back to cholesterol deficiencies.
Right. Meaning you're not eating enough food with cholesterol in it,
That's
like
right.
eggs or things like that. Right.
Right. Yep.
Yes, Blondie, I take enzymes every day right before a meal. Every time I eat, I take an enzyme which has oxbile in it. And she was asking me a question in the chat room, Kevin.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to remind people if you want to come in the Zoom room and hang out, sign up for the newsletter. You can find out how to do that at peaceoverpain.com/newsletter. And you can come in, hang out with us, and get your questions answered. Okay, Sean.
Yep. Somebody is asking, can cataracts be reversed?
It depends on what stage you're in. If it's the beginning stages, then yes. If it's too far gone, then no. The reversals with eyes are typically the back part, which is obviously connected to the brain. The front part is different animal.
Mm, okay, that makes sense. So if there's two, so what do cataracts come from anyway?
Well, it's going to come from free radical damage being burnt up.
Mm,
So,
okay. Yeah, the eyes are a tricky thing, and a lot of sometimes, like you said, it can be postural.
oh yeah, definitely can be
Yeah.
postural. Yeah. I mean, if you're not draining fluid properly or you're not getting the proper blood and oxygen up to your eyes, that can be blocked right from your thoracic spine or your shoulders, etc.
Okay. Yeah, even I have found that my vision has improved since I've started doing postural exercises. The only time I actually need these is when I'm on a computer. So, all right. Very, very good. Just want to remind people if you have a question for Dr. Reese in the Zoom room, we just put it in the chat, and I do have one from Neoma. If you're willing to come on the air, Neoma, you don't have to show your face, you just talk. Let me know and we'll answer the question. You can just put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to Coach Levi.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Oh, there you are. No, Neoma, how are you?
I very well. I'm at work, so I can't really put my video on at this point. Yeah. So I wanted to know, can eye floaters be reversed? Because they'll tell you, oh, you have to live with it, and that's it. So it's something that you have to live with. So is this something that can be reversed?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. And I have a whole chapter in Reverse the Cause on eyes that explains more. But kind of what I just said with not being able to drain, the fluid isn't draining from the head properly, and or you're not getting enough oxygen and blood and nutrients to the eyes. So there's like a blockage. Think of like a blockage in the road, and now the cars can't take that left turn. So yes, I believe eye floaters can be reversed. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming on, Neoma.
Thank you.
I love that name.
Yes. Okay. So real quick, Blondie just wanted to know, is an astigmatism from a nutritional deficiency?
Yes, we have someone who's reversing that right now and in their 70s.
Oh, wow. Blondie, it sounds like it's time for a discovery analysis.
Hmm.
Ready to go?
Mine's in process. I just submitted it yesterday.
Lovely.
I know. I'm
I
so
think
excited.
I think I did it an hour ago.
Oh, good. I'm
I don't
excited.
know because your face is blurred. I don't see faces. I just see
Oh,
bodies.
okay.
So, show me your pelvis.
That's how.
I know it's funny. I know everyone's body, but I don't know anyone's face because
until
they
they
come
right.
to me with blurred faces. So
That's great.
I can
Yeah.
show you. I can identify you through your pelvis and through your knees.
Excellent. Okay.
Excellent.
Well, I
All
can't.
right.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you,
Your
Blondie.
right knee. Your right knee. Yeah, your
Okay.
right knee is poking way out. It's rotated to the right.
Look at that on air.
Right? I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right. Thank you, Blondie. I appreciate your participation. It's great having you in here.
Oh, thanks. God, I'm enjoying it. Thank you.
All right, good. Okay, Coach Sean, where you at? What do you got?
Someone from FB is saying, my daughter has Hashimoto's, MD prescribed levothyroxine. She is 13 years old. I am very concerned about this. Anything we can do to keep her autoimmune in remission and in control besides hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah, you got to fix the gut. That's ground zero. So you got to get your stomach acid up. You got to make sure the liver's good, the pancreas is good, the gallbladder's good. Those are the three amigos. You got to make sure that you get off the poor four foods. You got to get healthy from head to toe. You got to make sure you don't have a soft tissue deficiency. And you should read the chapter in Reverse the Cause on thyroid.
Oh, okay. So that was a mouthful there. But the bottom line is the books are out now. The trilogy is out now. And if you want to find out the answers to many, many of these questions, Reverse the Cause is a thick book with about every disease in the world in it and what the causes are. And there it is. Everybody's got, they're holding it up. Reverse the Cause. Peace Over Pain is the opener. Reverse the Cause is the main, the middle of it. And the Dinner with Dr. Reese is the main event.
It's dinner.
Yeah, because once you read the books and you
Peace over
start,
pain. Peace over pain is breakfast.
yes,
Reverse the Cause is lunch. And dinner with Dr. Reese ends the day.
there you go. Perfect. And that's why it's a trilogy. And there is no Darth Vader in this one.
Mhm.
So, okay. I do have a, well, let's go to Levi. It's your turn.
So we're picking up some heat over in the TT.
Oh, let's get some heat. What do we got?
User 2 trillion is saying, well, if it isn't the quack master himself, he got his PhD online and has no medical training.
True.
Quack, quack.
It's true, but I prefer fake doctor. Much better.
Yeah, please call Dr. Reese by his proper name.
I
Fake
am the
doctor.
greatest fake doctor in the world.
Yes.
Throw some respect on that.
Yeah, it's not quack, it's fake doctor. Get it right. So, Crystal in the chat, if you want to come on, I'm ready to talk. We're all ready to talk here. Let me know. You ready, Crystal? I see you there. Unmute if you want to chat.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, give it to me. You sound like you got a serious problem. So
Yeah, I
talk
do.
about it. Let's
I,
chat.
I wish I didn't
Crystal.
have to talk about this. Okay, so my story was like Coach Sean's. 8 years ago, I got diverticulitis. Went to the doctors. I was in nursing. I didn't know, meds have all these problems. 8 years ago, got diverticulitis. Went to the doctors. They gave me ciprofloxacin.
Uh-huh.
Took it, no problem. Had no issues. A year later, developed hypothyroid. Didn't link the two, obviously, because I would train jujitsu. Overworked. I just figured being a female, I was, typical. Was put on levothyroxine 22 months ago. Went to the doctors for severe dehydration, and they said it wasn't a heat stroke. They just said you're severely dehydrated because I was working out way too much. They said you have a gut infection. Hold on, my love. Sorry, my 5-year-old. Yes, we'll go fishing soon.
Mm.
Basically, sorry about that. So basically they told me I had a gut infection. They gave me ciprofloxacin with Flagyl. Lovey, I'm on live. You gotta wait. Okay, I'll get you some right now. They gave me ciprofloxacin with Flagyl. And they gave me another black box medication, which I didn't know at the time, Reglan, which now I know about, blocks all your serotonin, dopamine, basically every single neurotransmitter. Well, combine that with taking ciproflagyl, it's basically a chemical bomb went off in my body because literally I'm dealing with cervical instability, my spine, I could hardly walk, it destroyed my muscles. I did a mitochondrial test. I literally have hardly any mitochondria. Bladder weakness, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis. I'm lucky I'm even be able to take bowel movements. Severe anxiety, severe depression, OCD. I was having panic attacks every 5 minutes. Those bad, I call them foo-foo thoughts because I have a 5-year-old and my husband's in law enforcement, so I don't use that S word. Gave me severe thoughts like that. Yes, love. Don't worry about it, Levy. Dystonia from the Reglan because it blocked all my serotonin, dopamine, so I have very low dopamine. And with a low gut from what Cipro did, my body's not producing any dopamine, serotonin. It affected all my hormones because now I have full-blown Hashimoto's. So it literally has blocked I'm not producing progesterone. My estrogen came low. DHEA came back low. Cortisol super low. Prior to this, other than a low thyroid, I was eating healthy. I was working out, happy, healthy, no mental illnesses of what kind. No genetic factors. I did a DNA test to see if there's anything in me that could have caused something. It just came back for a chance of high blood pressures, which I've never had high blood pressure my whole entire life, even through college and all that junk that I ate. So now it's been 22 months of pure ugliness where there's days you don't even want to wake up because you know what the day is going to entail. The next day, you're just going to be in pain, going for 12-hour car rides. Like I've taken more road trips in my life than I combined in my 40 years of life because I can't walk as much. So literally me, my husband, and my 5-year-old, we just go on car rides because I can't go to the zoos anymore. I can't go to the parks. I can't play. Pretty much almost, I try not to be bedbound, even though I push through the pain and suffer every day just so my 5-year-old's not suffering or being limited by this. I don't want to cry.
Yeah, Crystal, I can relate, and I'm sure Dr. Reese has something to say, but I just got off Cipro and that other one, whatever it was, Flagyl.
Flagyl, yeah.
I only lasted 4 days, and I threw them out because of that reason. It literally, I felt like my gut was burning. And it was the same thing, diverticulitis, whatever they say it is. But so I understand. Luckily, I just, after 4 days, I threw them out. But I'll let Dr. Reese answer you on how we maybe can help you reverse this.
Okay.
Well, this is the type of stuff we see every day. This is normal. And, you got to get healthy from head to toe. This isn't, treat this and then treat that and then treat this and then treat that. It just doesn't work. And I think that you can identify with that now because the medical monopoly will just keep you going around in this circle. And it's like you're chasing your tail and, they're just they're milking the insurance money.
Oh, that's what they did. Because basically I went back to the doctor when this happened and she's like, oh, you're female, you're predisposed to anxiety and depression. And I was like, no, I'm 40. You don't get anxiety, depression at 40. And then they gave me gabapentin, trazodone, Buspar. And then to add to another type of fluoroquinoline, they gave me Lexapro. 1 dose of Lexapro, it just...
No, you're
What are you on now?
I have major PTSD now because obviously antibiotic and anti-nausea medication did this. So I will not take anything Western. I cured the thyroid with a holistic person. So now it's just the ANAs that got down to 54 for antibodies for Hashimoto's. So other than that, I started taking Body Bio Balance Oil to start healing the mitochondrias. I've started taking kelp to go ahead and provide iodine because I heard Cipro blocks the iodine from the body. Um, I'm taking a collagen supplements around the clock, and that's pretty much it. And I'm trying to switch my diet, but every practitioner I've talked to told me go vegan, go plant-based, go carnivore, do autoimmune paleo. So it's like, because this gave me so much neuroinflammation, it damaged, like it gave me like an ADD, ADHD, bipolar, like every type of thing you could possibly think of. So it's like I don't have that executive functioning brain right now. So it's just like I've done
All right.
everything and I don't know what the right thing is, because it's like every person you talk to, they have their own opinion.
Well,
So
you
it's like I
should
don't know if I should do what I
I
should
you
do.
should you should search all the practitioners and find the person with the most testimonials.
That's my
yeah.
my new favorite, fake doctor, which I would prefer a fake doctor over big pharma doctor any day after going through this.
Yeah, Crystal, I would suggest a discovery analysis.
Okay.
Through my journey through this, there are many things that you can do to so-called reset your gut biome. It sounds like you have to do complete reset. So, and we
Okay.
have those type of things within the program to do that. But I
Okay.
think really the first step would be a discovery,
Okay.
because we can get down to and really narrow it down to what it really is. But stay off the drugs and do yourself a favor, stay away from the medical monopoly as
Oh, I
much
won't.
as you
I won't.
can.
I get anxiety just going in because obviously we're trying to
Yeah,
do normal labs. I get anxiety and I have to have my husband go with me just to the doctors just so I can get my
yeah,
labs drawn.
yeah. I
Yeah.
can
So what
relate. I've
what
had the
happened
problems.
what happens is you end up with a medical based PTSD,
Yes,
and then
Yeah.
that is just going to enhance any anxiety, any depression. These people do not know what they're doing. Literally, literally. It's not an exaggeration. They literally do not know what they're doing except for maybe the emergency room in an urgent situation.
Mhm.
And so you're, you're like a lab rat right now. And they're
Yeah.
just
And I don't want
throwing
to be
things,
that.
they're throwing things at you, and you're going from this specialist to that specialist, and they're looking at a chart and saying, oh, they put her on this. Now I'm going to put her on that. And then you go to the third specialist and they're like, okay, well, this this guy put her on this, and this guy put her, okay. And it's like now you're on 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, 6 things. All you have to do is get healthy from head to toe.
And that's what I told them. I said, now it's hard for me because obviously I was a nurse many, many, many years ago. So it's like I only knew Western meds, but I never saw this side of meds. And now that my son was born with a heart condition. And so it's major medical PTSD, like you said, because I see the big pharma side. They want to keep giving you meds, meds, meds because it supplies them. And then the more ER visits you take, it's feeding big pharma's pockets because now they're billing your insurance. So it's like I'm kind of done with the medical monotony, and I won't touch the pain is so severe. Like I could probably take a dose of morphine. I will not touch anything. I'd rather go through the pain every day than ever touch anything in my
their
life.
drugs. Good,
Yeah,
good, good. All right. Well, I hope this helped, Crystal,
it did.
and we're going to get to you and get you started with a discovery. First things first, I'm sure get off the poor foods and all that kind of stuff. But I can relate, Crystal. Thank you for sharing with us, and we hope to bring you in and get you started. Okay,
Thank
because
you so much. I look forward to it.
like Dr. Reese says, it's very more common than you think.
Yeah, it's
Oh
so
yeah.
disgusting.
You're
Yeah,
definitely not the only one. I mean, there's
yeah. There's lots of us.
mhm.
When you get in, you'll see all the others that are in the group. Okay, very good. Oh, why is my stuff off? Okay, sorry about that. All right. So let's go to Coach Sean. I do have another question in the chat room, but I want to get around the room one more time. Go ahead, Coach Sean.
So someone is saying, what could be deficient in you if you bruise easily?
Iron. Could be a slew of different things. There's
Okay.
90 essential nutrients, so you don't want to pinpoint one or two,
Right.
That would be a
But
mistake.
it's definitely a nutritional thing. That makes sense.
Yeah. It could be postural too. Something's not flowing.
Mm-hmm. And that's not to say if you get punched in the face that you're not going to bruise, but I think what they're talking about is just like somebody, hitting a door or something and it bruises.
Right.
And I remember you also told me circulation.
Right.
Yeah, circulation. Okay. Coach Levi, I haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah. So someone's asking, can macula edema be helped? My diabetes is well controlled.
Well, why not get rid of the diabetes? Then you don't have to control anything.
I guess it
Is it
depends on which type.
right?
It does. But if it's type 2, then let's just get rid of it.
Yeah. And we have testimonials to show that. But yes, type 2 diabetes can be reversed, and we've proven it.
Edema is just the body's attempt to put out the fire,
Extra water, right?
extra water.
See, the body's a smart cookie. And I think you said it. The body will try to protect itself, even if it will kill you.
Yep.
Yeah. I
That's
believe that was.
pretty much what a symptom is just the body compensating for itself.
Yeah. It's the body telling you something's wrong. And unfortunately, doctors say, okay, let's just get rid of that symptom. Cut it out, take a drug. But realistically, it's going to come back. It's just going to come back in a different way. It'll be a different symptom next time. They love that because they can bring you right back in and get more money out of you. But yeah, no, it's that round table that Crystal was talking about. All right,
Yeah.
Coach Sean, one more from you, and then we're going to go into the Zoom room if E is willing to chat. Go ahead,
Okay.
Coach Sean.
Somebody's asking, what are the best positions to sleep in that aren't bad for your posture?
The best position to sleep in is the position that helps you sleep. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter. As long as you get out of bed, and you do your postural therapy.
Okay, right. And different people will want to sleep in different positions with different mattress softness or hardness. It's really a question of if you're waking up and your neck hurts or your back hurts, you're not sleeping properly. You should wake up pain-free. Okay, E, in there on your iPhone, do you want to talk in the chat room? You have a couple questions for Dr. Reese. Let me know if you're willing to come on. Otherwise, I'm going to go around and then I will ask your question after this next round. But Dr. Reese, do you have a question for the audience at all this week?
No, I don't really have a question. I see Crystal down there letting it all out.
Yeah,
That's good. Just let it all out.
yeah. It's important to talk about this stuff. And it's important to have a place to talk about this kind of stuff because sometimes you can't talk about with other people who don't understand, who don't have the same condition.
Yeah.
They kind of look at you funny. It's like it's very important to have a good ear that'll listen to you. So anytime, Crystal, we're here for you. All right. I'm going to go to the Coach Levi, and then we'll go into the chat.
So someone's asking that, so they're saying that they have severe inflammation and they're asking, what should I start eating? Do you recommend juicing?
I recommend you get off the poor 4 foods. That's it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on juicing, Dr. Reese? I know you used to juice quite a bit. Is it something that's you don't want to do like as a constant thing, but to have a nice glass of fresh squeezed juice is a good thing every now and then, right?
I don't see a point.
Okay.
Drink water and that's it.
Okay. Now waffy.
Waffy, which is basically warm water with a little bit of stuff in it, but
Salt and lemon, right? Okay. All right. I guess he's not responding, but she did have a question about her mom, so I did want to ask it here. first question was, you wrote a few books. Which book is critical to read first? I think Peace Over Pain, correct?
Peace Over Pain is the breakfast. Reverse the Cause is the lunch. And Dinner with Dr. Reese ends your day.
Okay, very good, E. I hope you're listening.
And
then
watch the Rumble videos too.
yes, watch the Rumble, reminding everybody, go over right now if you're not watching on Rumble and subscribe to the page. That way you will get notifications when Dr. Reese puts out a new video. All right. The second question was, she wants to help her mom, 85-year-old mom, control her acid reflux. She takes the medication, which she probably shouldn't, but it doesn't help much. Surprise, surprise.
Proton pump inhibitors are a bad idea. You do not want to take that. It's going to make your life a lot worse. If you read acid reflux in Reverse the Cause, you will see what's causing it. You will see what to reverse. It is a stomach acid issue. It shouldn't even be called acid reflux. It should be called, you don't have enough acid reflux.
Oh, okay. All right. And the poor four foods are gluten, oil, fried, and fake. She
And
was asking, what are the poor four foods?
And I wrote a song.
Are you going to sing it?
And we're going to record that soon. I'm going to get in the booth and
Okay.
record it. Now I'm writing a lot of songs for our children's division.
Uh-huh.
And I was going to do the poor four foods for that. And then I was like, I think this is for the adults. So I'm going to get in the booth and do it myself. And the poor four song will be for everyone so that they can remember what foods to stay away from.
Okay. All right. I can't wait. Are you going to sing them live? You know what? We should have a concert, Dr. Reese, when you get it. We'll do a concert, the Sunny concert, and that'll be another event.
Yeah, and we're gonna showcase all this at my seminar May 4th here at my place. So go get a ticket.
All right. All right. Very, very good. And my favorite character, for those of you who read it, is Mr. Junkerson. I love him. He's my favorite character in the book.
Me too.
All right. And her last question was Levexotherin. She was given Levexotherin for panic attacks. How does she get rid of it?
Get rid of what? Panic attacks or the medicine?
The medicine. I think she wants to get rid of the medicine.
Well, it's hard to do because now your body's all adjusted to it. So now you have to wean yourself off like, a heroin addict or something.
Oh, okay.
Why you don't get on this stuff to begin with.
Right. Right. There are other more
You want a medicine for panic attacks? Pour cold water on the back of your neck.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's a good one. There are also, obviously, there's breathing. I know there's breathing exercises you can do. There are a lot of ways to get rid of panic attacks. And she was on Lexapro, but same thing. Just get off it.
But the question is, what's causing it to begin with?
Right.
And anxiety is definitely a chapter in Reverse the Cause. We have videos on it, and there's a whole bunch of causes that can create anxiety. There's so many causes. It's more complicated than you think.
Yeah. And that's why you got to read the books and get a discovery analysis so we can let you know what's going on. All right. Very, very good. Coach Levi, let's hear it from you a little bit.
Okay, so someone's asking for their husband and they have a stent and the doctor's recommending cholesterol meds. Should he get on those?
Well, I can't give direction. I can't give advice. That's not what I do. We would need a contract and you would need to be a client. Until that happens, read the books, watch the videos, understand what's happening over here.
Right. There is a lot of info in those books. People need to understand. And then next step would be, again, the discovery. You can email us to get one of those. It's a very important step. And we're doing a $200 special tonight. Get it by the end of the night, by midnight. If you email us, you will get a $200 discount off the normal price. But I think that always is what it comes down to. We have to start with that because everybody has specific stuff. Crystal says stay away from Lexapro to E. Okay. And E wants to know where to buy Reverse the Cause tonight on Amazon, correct?
Yep, Amazon or
Oh.
Audible.
We'll get it to you tomorrow. And if you want it instantly, go on Audible.
Yep.
Instant. You could start listening tonight if you're an Audible member.
Listen at night. I'll put you to sleep.
Yes, very good. And you know, we're going to have a lot more audio with you out there, Dr. Reese. I know right now we have the locals group, which you can find out about on our Rumble channel. Locals group, which is specifically a mindfulness and meditation group. And there are a lot of, and you're going to keep putting them up, meditations there with you, where you do get to hear his voice. And if you like Dr. Reese's voice, it's very soothing and lilting. And you know, I think it's a great group to join. Okay, Sean.
Hey. So somebody is asking, I have Frank signs. Is that something to worry about? Recently stopped smoking. And for those that aren't familiar with Frank signs, it's when it's an indication of cardiovascular disease, basically, in the ear.
Yeah. Well, get off the poor four foods and start taking the journey. You know, maybe get a calcium scoring test. Just to
Do you
see
believe
that.
in genetics? When they say like genetics is the root of that condition or disease or whatever.
No. The only thing passed down from mom and dad is nutrition
Mm,
And habits.
and habits. Yeah.
yeah. Yes. You know, that's what I was thinking about that when I watched the video. And I've heard people say, oh, my mom had it. Oh, my grandma and my mom both had it. And you know why they all both had it and it's passed down? Because not only did they pass their bad nutrition down to you, they passed the habits. So you are continuing because they're your parents, and your grandparents, you're continuing that trend of the same type of eating habits. Therefore, it gets passed down. Right?
Right.
Okay, that's why genetics can kind of fool you. It's more about passing down bad eating habits and bad mental patterns through generations.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Coach Levi.
Yeah, so someone's asking, how do you fix a rotator cuff tear without surgery?
Mm. Well, if the tear is significant, you can't. I mean, you're going to need surgery.
Right.
But we're talking about soft tissue. We're talking about rebuilding the soft tissue. And we're talking about, you know, getting your knees above your ankles and your hips above your knees and your pelvis above your knees and your shoulders above your pelvis and your ears above your shoulders and getting everything in alignment and letting the body do its work.
Yeah.
A rotator cuff happened because of poor posture and or soft tissue deficiency.
Your rotator cuff was weak to begin with, right?
Right.
And we hear athletes recovering from torn rotator cuffs without surgery. So it is possible. And like you said, it really is depends on the severity of the tear.
Right.
So, okay. All right, Coach Sean, you're going to wrap it up for us unless Dr. Reese wants to go a little OT tonight.
Yeah, so somebody's combating that genetics question. They said, I don't necessarily believe that what you just said about genetics and the poor eating and the poor eating now. I don't buy that.
Oh,
Okay. Well, the embryo needs a certain amount of nutrition to thrive. And if you don't give it what it needs, it's going to come out compromised.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. And as an adult, you may have good eating habits now, but think about what you're eating growing up, So a lot of these things happen young in childhood. They start to develop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a touchy subject because parents don't want to face the fact that they're responsible.
Yeah. All right. One last question from the chat, unless you want to go a couple more minutes. Mary asked that we please ask this, Mary Sawaj. How do you treat cold sores?
I don't treat anything.
Ah, okay. Can they be reversed? Can cold sores be reversed?
Well, the cold sore is a symptom. I wouldn't call it a chronic condition unless you're getting them like every week.
Right.
I mean, if you
And
get one or two a year, I wouldn't call that a chronic condition.
yeah, and they say that's viral, right? It's a viral thing, like I know cold sores come
Herpes.
from herpes,
Herpes.
right? So it's a viral thing,
Yeah.
with that. And like you said, unless they're chronic, they
The
do
reason why they're
usually,
called cold sores is because they typically happen in the winter.
right?
You go outside, it's crazy alkaline outside, right? In the winter, at least here in Connecticut.
Right.
And it's like almost like a detox. It's like your lips are getting chapped. It's so dry, humidity's low, and then all of a sudden, boop.
Mm,
Yeah.
it pops up. It has to escape somewhere.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Very, very good. Well, it is a little bit after 7. Dr. Reese, do you want to keep going or are we ready to call it a night? One more question. Sean says one more. Okay, Sean, go.
So direct messaged
See
me and
that big finger waving.
oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
know. I gotta
it's a
pay attention.
skyscraper.
He's got that
Um,
Dikembe Mutombo finger.
so E was asking me a question about oils. And in the middle of it, I just wanted to bring it to you. Um, they heard about the gluten oils fried fake, and they were like, any oil. And I just wanted you to go a little bit more in depth on like why oils, if you can do like a quick spiel.
Sure. Yeah, so all oils are bad for us because they are oxidized by the air. So it's not the actual oil that's bad for us. It's that the air, it's just chemistry. It's just making it rancid. And then you throw it on your salad or your pasta, and now you're creating free radical damage in your body. And so that's why we take everyone off of oils.
Yeah. And to add to that, it's most
Most
oils
oils.
are unsaturated. And this is why they oxidize so easy. Butter is a saturated fat. It does not oxidize in the same way. And like you said, it's not the oil itself, it's the packaging that it keeps going from hot to cold, light to dark. You leave it open on the counter, then you close it. Then you open it again, then you close it. It's not like you use a whole bottle of oil at once.
Mhm.
And it may not smell rancid because there is a smell that goes with rancid oil, but inside it's got free radicals growing on from the oxidation, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And, it's hard for people to grasp because they're like,
Yeah.
well, what about my olive oil?
Olive's
What about my
unsaturated.
coconut oil?
Yeah.
No, just get off the oils. Look, the harsh reality is we have the most testimonials on video in the world. This is not a myth. This is a fact. If you have eyes to see it and ears to hear it, you can go look for yourself.
Yep. I did it.
Nobody else has the testimonials that we have. And part of the reason why is because of the poor four foods. You got to
Right.
get off these four foods, and it's just that simple.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed. Agreed. And if you do look it up, you will find that there is evidence of it. There's even a whole oxidation chart on which oils oxidate quicker, I mean, there is a lot of information on there, and I just want to remind people you have to change the oil in your car every 3,000 miles. Do you know why? Because the oil oxidates, and it is because of the heat, and it's no longer the lubrication leaves it. So it even happens on motor oil.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So as we wrap up, I just want to remind people that you can come see me May 4th. We're opening our doors here for the seminar. And if you want me to evaluate your body and find out your root causes, you can order a discovery tonight, and you will get a discount if you order it before midnight tonight.
Right.
Peace Over Pain Clinic at gmail.com. Peace Over Pain Clinic at gmail.com. And that's it for me.
All right. And I wanted to remind everybody, if you want to get the books, you can go to the website, peaceoverpain.com/trilogy. If you want to join the newsletter, just go to the newsletter page. Everything you need is at peaceoverpain.com. We have the essentials there. We have all kinds of great stuff. You should go over there and discover what we have. There's videos, lots of things that'll keep you busy for hours. And the other thing is, please like, share, subscribe to us on all of our social media. Join our locals group, Rumble, Twitter, everything you can. Just follow us. All right. Sean, Levi, thank you very much. Always a
Welcome.
pleasure. We will see you all next